Be nice to have a screen over here so I could like switch, so I could like see the cameras as I'm switching.
Yeah, you can just do it right here. You know, just put your TV up here where on your bed. You know, and then just do it. Yeah, from there.
That would be a real hassle to do.
Nah, it should be fine.
It'd be a real hassle.
It could be worse.
Just like having to move this gigantic TV over there with all the cables and everything, and then try to drag a monitor over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. Like, it could be worse. I'm saying, like, anything is possible unless you don't try.
I guess.
Come on, man.
Anyway, you're listening to episode 26, 27? 26,
yeah, 26.
26 of
26,
the Heycast?
I think it's 26.
Yeah,
no, hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's 26.
It's 26.
I've lost count already.
We haven't done this in a while.
We're not even like that far into the show, and I've already 26. Yeah, this is episode 26 of the Heycast, the number one gaming podcast in our hearts. I'm Timothy. I'm here with Arnold.
Hey,
a little bit different than usual. Usually we have at least 3 people, and I try to do the podcast with at least 3 people. But we don't have that many people here today because
just
nobody can make it.
Why are you playing footsies with me?
Because I love you, Arnold.
Okay. Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of Heycasts within the last couple weeks.
It's not much news, isn't it? It's happened.
It's not really just that, but also we've been really busy. Marcus hasn't been able to come lately.
I've heard that he got a new job too.
Yeah, Marcus got a new job, and then recently he's had like a niece or something,
a nephew, something like that.
A nephew,
a
little child has been birthed, and
he has to be over there.
He is related to them.
Yeah, somehow.
So yeah, he hasn't been able to come, and then Giacomo wasn't able to come this week. Last week, me and Giacomo were working on some other projects and stuff, so we ended up not doing the Heycast because nobody could come. You were out, and you were going to be late. That was pretty much what happened.
Where was I? I forgot.
I do not remember.
I forgot what the hell I was out doing. It was not that important.
How have your last few weeks been?
It's gonna be.
I should already know because I live with you. But.
Yeah, but it's all right. You know, it's been a bit hectic right now. But then this coming week, it's gonna be even more hell because we're starting a new job for more construction. So it's gonna suck for me for the next 5 months coming as of today.
Right.
So it's gonna be hectic. Then.
Okay. So yeah, we did an impromptu setup because the overlay on OBS is usually set up for at least 3 to 4 people, and it's not really set up for 2. And since we have a different camera connected using a different item, I had to adjust the filter stuff. The video delay. Okay. So that your camera would match my camera.
Okay. So. But yeah, it's gonna be hectic for the next 5 months. It's gonna be huge. So I'm not looking forward to that. Also, I am going to Texas Showdown this week. Yeah, I'm leaving Friday morning, and so I'm leaving Friday at 1:00 a.m. and landing at Texas at 5:30 a.m. So it's gonna be a nice red eye flight.
I hope you lose.
I always will.
I hope you go 0-2.
No, actually, no. I always think that, you know, like I'm gonna go 0-2 to a tournament, but for some reason I always go surpass my goal. Like I did the free to play or a free online tournament anyone could join on the West Coast side, and I made it to like semifinals.
How many people were entered?
Like 10 people. Well, no. 20 people, actually.
It's like, I made it to semifinals. How many people entered? 4.
No. It's like, there was a bunch of good players like Chris CCH, Mario DB, Go DJ. Some other players also were on there. Yeah. And I made it to like semifinals or like the one after that. But so like, I almost made it out of my pool.
I'm extremely rusty because I have not been playing Street Fighter like at all lately.
Street Fighter has not a good runner at the moment.
Yeah.
I stopped playing Street Fighter, but like I applied I don't know why I did, but I applied for Street Fighter.
Might as well, since you fly all the way out there, you might as well enter in as many games as you can.
Yeah. So I did that. So I don't know who's going to be in my bracket, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm really focused on Tekken right now. So
I've been mostly playing Tekken also in terms of fighting games.
Because of me?
Well, not just that, but because I've been frustrated with Street Fighter, so I haven't really... I've been needing a fighting game to play, and Tekken's really my only option at the moment. I could play Mortal Kombat, but I'm not into Mortal Kombat.
Because you don't like button to block. But,
hey, it is a real
It's
like,
grow up, get used to it. Get used to it. Are you going to be playing in the new game Samurai Showdown?
Oh, I'm planning to pick it up to see how I like it, but it looks like a lot of fun so far. I'm really digging Shiki from the gameplay trailer that dropped for her, so she looks pretty fun.
I like
that
her also.
Monster Hunter looking girl looks really sick too.
That too. I guess she's cool. I like the one with the one green outfit, with the glasses. The one she has like God Fist on on the floor.
Right.
I like her. She's really cool in my opinion. So, what else? Well, yeah, that's about it. You know, much tech and trying to get Brian up to par.
Sure.
And I think so far I'm liking the way I play, even though it's frustrating for you because you can't deal with his fucking mock kick.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's frustrating to me with Brian. Like Brian seems to have a lot of moves that are relatively safe, and it's hard to tell sometimes between what's safe and what's like straight up plus against Brian. At least at my at like the spot that I'm in right now, because I'm not like playing it super seriously. I'm mostly playing it casually and just getting on and going on ranked.
Yeah.
And even though I'm going in ranked, I'm still playing it casually. So I'm not really studying frame data or anything at the moment. So at the moment, it feels like a lot of his stuff is more plus than it probably is.
It's not. I know his 3+4 is kind of safe because it's a legit poke.
Right. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I apologize if the camera's not like being switched properly because I can't actually see what we're on right now.
Or you could have just moved the fucking thing to here.
But the thing is, that's where our topics and articles are going to go up, and so I can't really have it there.
Okay.
Because then all of a sudden you're going to have OBS showing up on the little web page screen.
Yeah, you can just move it to the right, you know, because you can see my area. It's not fun. Never mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Never mind. So yeah, that's enough of my day.
Okay.
Oh, I also got AirPods.
Oh yeah, you did.
I get AirPods. Yeah. So
AirPods are nice because they're super convenient if you have an iPhone.
Yeah, but sound wise, I don't know. They're okay. They're not as good as any other wireless headsets.
Yeah, Apple has never really been the one for sound quality in terms of their earphones, in-ear stuff. Convenience wise, they're great, and their fit doesn't fit everybody's ear.
It fits mine perfectly. I'm surprised.
It does not fit my ear, so that stuff will fall out, and it's not comfortable for me.
It's because you have fucked up ears.
I do have weird ears. I'm not gonna lie. My ears are kind of weird. Even with like over-ear headphones, I have a hard time finding headphones that fit my ears properly.
So that's why you customize them.
Because my ears kind of stick outwards.
So you're like an elf.
Yeah. So when with most headphones, at least with their stock ear pads, my ears will touch the drivers. So I always have to get like really fat ear pads so that my ears aren't touching the drivers and it's comfortable. So,
dude, that's weird. I can never live with that. Having pointy ears.
I can't imagine being a freaking freak. You freaking freaks. So my weeks have been. I recently started playing. Pokemon fan games again. So I've always been kind of into Pokemon fan games and stuff, and I apologize if I look backwards. I'm just making sure I'm on the right screen. But yeah, I've always liked Pokemon fan games, but I haven't played them in a while because they don't come out with like a lot of them, at least a lot of decent ones, right? Because they're fan games.
Yeah.
So, but recently they came out with Pokemon Phoenix Rising. I think it came out like last year, and I just found out about this. And it's really interesting because in the early days of Pokemon fan games, they've always been like ROM hacks, right?
Yeah.
People will make ROM hacks for them, but lately it's been kind of inching more towards RPG Maker as the medium of choice to make these fan games.
Right.
Mostly because of games like Pokemon Reborn and stuff where they used RPG Maker and they're really, really good games. So I've been playing Phoenix Rising, and Phoenix Rising is really interesting because they have like these relic Pokemon, which are kind of they're similar to like an Alolan form, right? Where it's a different version of an existing Pokemon with different typings and designs and stuff. But what's a little bit different from a relic with a relic Pokemon is they're supposed to be rare, like one of a kind.
Yeah.
And they exist because of like, I don't know, some shit that happened in like medieval times or whatever. And then they also have like new mega evolutions that they made and stuff, and it's really, really interesting. And it's really well done. Like the art for it is really well done. The sprite designs are really well done. So.
Are they using like original Pokemon, like Pokemon the games use, or
so they use like actual Pokemon. Here, let me pull up Phoenix Rising for like the little webpage
if you can
for you.
Type.
It'll let me type. Control A.
It's not on. Battery has died.
Sick. All right.
Bid no compute.
I'll just whip my full-on keyboard over here. Okay, so
I want to
Pokemon...
start fuck with it. Look, no, it works. I'm using it.
Why wasn't it working earlier?
It's because the technology doesn't like you, bro.
I don't know, man. Well, you can use that in case you want to mess with something. I don't know. So let me switch over to desktop view. So I'm usually not the one handling the stream deck. So this is Phoenix Rising. This is the page for it.
Right.
The Poke community.
Oh, Swabble!
Yeah, the Poke community. This is where you can find like a lot of fan games and shit for Pokemon. So this is Phoenix Rising. Website's really well put together.
Dude, do you think they use what's that one web?
Squarespace, WordPress.
I was going to say Foursquare. Foursquare for some reason, but I don't know. That's not even right.
Foursquare is a brand.
Yeah,
I don't remember what they do. So these are the designs for some of your rival characters or your companion characters that you run into.
Perrin.
So, Lynn, Perrin, Reagan. Reagan is a girl.
She looks like the Avatar. She looks like Ong's daughter.
Fuck.
What's her name?
I wanted to say Katara, but not Katara.
No.
I don't remember her name.
Fuck. Damn it.
So yeah, those are the people that you run into a lot. And then here's like some of the features they're gonna add. Oh, there goes my mouse.
Dope.
Dope. There we go. So you have like
no Pornhub, go away.
So it plays more like a regular RPG than a Pokemon game. So it's quest based. Pokemon's usually not quest based. It's usually you travel, you go to these gyms and stuff, and then you battle, and then you follow the main storyline. But this is quest based, so you can do like side quests and stuff like that. They're gonna add character customization in later.
Cora,
there we go. There's supposed to be skill trees and stuff, although I haven't played around with skill tree stuff. Again, quest system, multiple save files, and then you have like this Poke Strap, which is kind of a UI element that they give you, which is really interesting. So you can quickly swap the order of your Pokemon and stuff without having to go into your main menu.
That's kind of a hassle. I remember that.
And another thing that's also really interesting about Phoenix Rising is it is episodic, kind of like Life is Strange.
Oh, so there's episodes for
The Walking Dead and stuff like that. So right now there's only one episode, but they're working on adding more additional episodes. And just the one episode is already really big and really long. I think they spent like a year developing this. And then they wanted to take a break because they spent so much time and stuff to work on this. So it's really interesting. And then here's like their custom Mega Evolutions that they made. So you have
Mega Arcanine?
Yeah, Mega Arcanine. So this is the starter I actually went with. I went with Growlithe. So your starters are Growlithe, Staryu, and
Mega Frostlass?
The Lilligant's pre-evolution.
I don't like Lilligant's. What about Flygon? Can you start as Flygon?
No. So these are the starters, and then you can find these Pokemon later, and then
I want
get Mega Stones.
Frostlass, dude.
Mega Frostlass looks pretty sick. All these Mega Evolutions look really good.
I don't like Mega Starmie.
You don't like it? It's so sick though, because it's got its own little galaxy, dude.
I don't know.
You're not into that?
Not into it.
Okay. Later on in a later episode, they're adding Let's Play mode.
Oh, Let's Play, so that we can do a future episode for fucking hate.
So what it is it's it has its own UI for Let's Play. So you know how like a lot of Pokemon Let's Players, they create their own little overlays, so that it can show their team and the status of their team and
their quests and all
like
that.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing with this, so that you don't have to do that on your own. It's just built into the game itself.
Oh, that's actually helpful.
I would like the screen to be bigger, personally. I think the screen's kind of small.
It's kind of smallish.
I get that they leave it this small because with RPG Maker it's inherently that small, and stretching it out it would kind of like pixelate it and stuff. But it's already a pixelated game. It doesn't really make that much, because I play on a I play it like almost full screen.
Yeah.
On like really big, and it still looks perfectly fine to me. So I think they could get away with making this bigger, but I don't know. Maybe they'll update this down the road. So here are the relic forms.
Okay, coughing is awesome.
Yeah, coughing is sick.
Tentacool is awesome.
So Tentacool, if you start with Growlithe,
yeah,
you will get relic. You'll get a relic Tentacool.
Yeah.
If you start with one of the others, you'll get a different relic Pokemon.
I want coughing, dude. Coughing, Roserade, and Tentacool, dude.
Dude, Tentacool looks sick because it's like a little wizard.
Yeah, dude. I like
a little wizard. He's got a little crystal ball, and then he evolves into relic Tentacruel, and then relic coughing turns into relic wheezing and stuff like that. So it's really cool. These relic Pokemon are super sick. They're so well designed, and I
don't like really relic Labia.
Really?
She looks weird. She looks like the dog Pokemon. The one with the little
Snubble?
Snubble, yeah.
Snubble.
Yeah.
Ambipon's cool.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
like
fighting
him.
type. Roserade's pretty neat.
Fairy fighting.
Yeah, fairy fighting. Flabebe is kind of weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's Ghost Fairy, but still pretty cool nonetheless. So yeah, really well done fan game, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Although there are a few glitches, I did notice that the frame rate for it starts to dip the longer your play session is.
Yeah.
So I'll have to stop, save, and then restart it so that the frame rate's back to where it is, and which gets kind of annoying. I don't know if it's specific to my setup or something. I don't know.
It's probably just you.
Probably just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a thing. But yeah, overall, really enjoying Phoenix Rising. Really well done fan game.
I thought they stopped making these. Oh no, that's ROM hacked actually, right?
ROM hacks you don't really see very often anymore. But yeah, a lot of Pokemon fan game makers have sort of moved over to RPG Maker to make their stuff because you have more freedom that way. So
I do like that. Yeah. I miss playing those type of games.
I would like to see in the future fan games with updated graphics, because right now it's just kind of limited to RPG Maker graphics. So, but yeah, that's
like Unreal Engine like type.
Unreal Engine Pokemon fan games.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
man.
damn!
Do you imagine those like fucking Gyarados, fucking the trainer UIs, all that shit? It'll be awesome.
Yeah, no, it could be cool. I've seen some people make some stuff using
like,
Unreal, but
like
never really like a full-fledged Pokemon game.
I know, like Dragon Ball. Someone made a Dragon Ball using their Unreal Engine,
right?
Which looks weird.
We played an Unreal Engine version of Legend of Zelda,
which was fun.
Really, yeah,
I enjoyed it.
It was pretty well done. Kind of glitchy, but obviously it's one guy working on it. So, what else have I been doing? I watched Baki. We talked about it in a Let's Play. Been watching Baki.
I can't watch Baki.
I don't know how you made bad.
it. I don't know how you made it through the first season.
I love watching how bad it is.
That's
pretty much. Yeah, I just enjoy watching how bad it is. But yeah, I watched that. We watched Endgame. We already talked about Endgame during the Heyside.
Yeah, and then we're on Game of Thrones also.
Oh yeah, we're still watching Game of Thrones and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all we've been doing. So let's get into some of these stories, eh? So recently, Randy Pitchford he kind of threw a bit of a tantrum on Twitter. So there was a showing for they were showing Borderlands 3, right? And what happened was during the Borderlands 3 sort of event that where they were showing it off, Randy Pitchford said that there was not going to be any microtransactions.
Okay.
But there are cosmetics, which are still microtransactions.
Yeah.
And so Game Informer posted this article where it says, despite Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford's comment about no microtransactions in Borderlands 3 during today's live stream, we've been told cosmetic items are still purchasable. And they did like a whole article about it. And then Randy Pitchford sort of went on a little Twitter tirade over here saying, come on, guys, shitty clickbait headline. Literally seconds before I said that, I made it very clear we're going to do more cosmetic stuff like we did in Borderlands 2.
So still microtransactions?
Yeah, you know I was talking about premium currency and loot box kind of stuff not being in our game. Why you guys would fuck me on this is beyond me. Thanks a lot. And then this guy responded, a straightforward yes or no question. Can I buy with real money any kind of item in Borderlands 3? Because if you can purchase with money,
then it's
a microtransaction. And then Randy Pitchford kind of circled around this answer and was like, as I said at the live event, we will be working on big campaign DLC and will probably also offer additional cosmetics, just as we did with Borderlands 2. What we will not do is free-to-play style microtransactions. New premium currency, loot boxes, etc. But DLC is also still microtransactions. Cosmetics are still microtransactions. Context matters. I just said no loot boxes, and reasonable people in context understand exactly what I mean.
None.
But some nitwits can say, but Borderlands is littered with loot boxes. Anyone can clickbait anything by missing context and failing to respect obvious intent. But he said no microtransactions, not just no loot boxes. So if we go into the actual article over here, it's a pretty reasonable article, and in my opinion, it's not clickbait at all.
Yeah.
It just says Borderlands 3 won't have loot boxes, yada, 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 and just talking about how Randy Pitchford was like, there's not going to be any microtransactions, but to clarify, Pitchford is talking specifically about how you won't be able to buy weapons, gear, or anything that affects gameplay. Cosmetic items, however, are still purchasable with real money. We're selling cosmetic items, but we're not going to nickel and dime players, said Gearbox's Paul Sage in an interview with us. DLC will come down the line, but the game won't have anything excessive. And like, I'm totally cool with what Pitchford is doing. I'm totally cool with, like, I think it's a good thing to not have just like your usual microtransactions that you generally see, like pay to win type stuff. He's avoiding pay to win stuff. He's avoiding your general loot boxes and whatnot, and he's just going to do cosmetics and DLC. And I think that's great, and I think it's a great thing overall. But he doesn't seem to understand what the concept of a loot box really is. A loot box. I mean, not a loot box, what a microtransaction really is, because microtransaction is anything that you can pay small amounts of money for within the game. But I don't know.
It's just like, I figure like if he's thinking like if they're doing like the Destiny 2, you know, like as down the line, if they run out of like plot, so they add like new story, like fucking Destiny King, Take It King, and I wonder what he labeled that as, like the new DLC for it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know what Randy Pitchford is thinking.
Like I don't understand Pitchford's sort of reaction to this, and I don't like he's taking this, he's handling this very poorly, especially for someone in a CEO position. I think the way he's talking to people on Twitter, his responses are very childish, and it's just not a good way to handle this situation. You know what I mean?
It's making not the game, but he's making himself look bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Unnecessarily.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there was that whole situation. And another thing that happened recently was this whole Polygon thing. This one is a pretty current story.
This is kind of effed up, dude.
So basically what happened is, a lot of us, we know that a new Earthworm Jim game is coming.
I didn't know that. But now I know.
Yeah, now you know. And I've never been like a big Earthworm Jim fan, to be honest.
I played one game. Well, I think the only game that's been out. Right. So like it's all right.
Yeah, I haven't really played Earthworm Jim, but I think Earthworm Jim is an interesting character, and I played as him in Clay Fighters.
Yeah.
He was in Clay Fighters.
I remember that.
But so the guy that kind of works on Earthworm Jim, the creator, Doug TenNapel, he's obviously going to be involved in this new version of this new Earthworm Jim game, right?
Because they announced the whole team that created Earthworm Jim is coming back. So,
but there's this Polygon journalist who goes by Chris Scullion, who basically says that he doesn't want the original creator, Doug TenNapel, involved in the new Earthworm Jim. And some of the stuff that he's been saying has been very unjournalist like.
You know this more than I do.
And as a journalist, generally you're supposed to stay critical. You're supposed to not let politics and stuff like that kind of influence what you're doing, right? But this person doesn't seem to really get that, and
it's as you look at this article down the line, he's very like not concerned, but he's Fuck. God damn it.
He's basically
he's firm on his perspective
he's very firm on his perspective, which is fine, and it's good. It's fine to have your own political views and stuff like that. But when you're a journalist, when you review games and stuff like that, that type of thing isn't supposed to influence your review of the game. You should your perspective on the game should be strictly just
the game,
what the game is, right? External influences aren't supposed to be involved. But he doesn't seem to get that. So I believe, this is on Twitter. So there was like a whole Twitter, and right now we're looking
on Facebook.
Oh yeah, it looks like
a Facebook conversation.
Yeah, it's Facebook. Yeah, it is Facebook. So there was a Facebook announcement, and this is a boundingintocomics.com article over here. So this person named Keith Boski says, "Amazing! This is the reason I bought the Genesis and the only game I ever owned for it. Also, who doesn't love Doug TeNapel?" And this was in response to the announcement for the Earthworm Jim game. Yeah. And Chris Scullion responded with quite a few people, to be fair. "I'm so excited for this game, but I'm going to struggle to support him personally."
It not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It's like you have an opinion on a developer, right?
It's your name on the line,
that's totally
too.
Fine. But I mean, if you're reviewing the game, that the person that worked on it shouldn't really influence your opinion on the game. So he says over here, in response to Tommy Tallarico, "I totally respect everyone's right to decide whatever the heck they want. No worries. The reality is, if we do the game with Doug, some people may get upset. If we did the game without Doug, other people would be upset. So it's a no-win situation no matter what, as it's absolutely impossible in this day and age to please everyone. But it's very important to know that although Doug was the creator of the actual character, it was the entire team of 10 of us who created the experience that everyone knows and loves. A complete team effort with no one having more important opinions or visions over anyone else. Making the game with the original team is the only true way to keep it 100% authentic." And I believe in here it says, it mentions why Chris Scullion is so against Doug TeNapel. Fuck, it's getting kind of late, so I'm getting a lot of stuff mixed up.
I hear you. But yeah, it's not the beer, right?
Yes, no. So yeah, I think it mentions his reasoning for not liking TeNapel. I think it had to do with some transgender stuff.
Well, yeah, I heard that too. It's like, but I think that was referring to Keith Boski,
right?
So, but I know.
I think the other thing is, I believe TeNapel holds more conservative views about a lot of things. So I believe that was the main reason. So in response to that one post, Scullion says, "I totally respect and appreciate that, Tommy. As a journalist, I'm 100% keen to cover the Amico in general and review as many of its games as possible, but I hope you appreciate that it might be trickier for me to review this one if Doug is involved." Again, how does Doug being involved affect your critical review of the game itself? You play the game, you review how that game is. You don't. This external stuff isn't supposed to influence you.
Isn't his name very critical at this point, since he's making these like kind of statements?
Yeah,
because like if you make a game,
the type of comments that Scullion is making really affects his sort of reputation as a journalist. Now everyone's already putting journalist in quotations when they're referencing this guy based on these articles and based on some other people commentating on this story.
You're right. So
his reputation is already at risk as a journalist.
Yeah.
The dreaded quotations over journalists, you know. So yeah, this goes down like a whole little rabbit hole. If you review, so this one person, and this is a very true perspective. If your review is biased because of anyone involved, then you shouldn't be a reviewer. Base your review on the merits of the game, not the people who create it. It's journalism 101.
Yeah, exactly. So like more of this. This is your type
and
of
his response
forte.
And Scullion's response was just, "With respect, I've been reviewing games professionally for 13 years and have never had an issue." You're clearly having an issue right now.
Yeah, he's being a kid. Yeah, he's being a kid with this stuff right now.
Your opinion as a journalist is already at stake. Like it's
he being a kidder.
Yeah, these types of stories about like other journalists and stuff, it hits a little closer to home for me because I am a journalism student. I'm studying to be a journalist and stuff like that. So, okay, my mouse is on the fritz again. So I'm trying to get to.
You okay?
Can you turn that off? Maybe that might be affecting it.
Okay, hold on. Off.
Nope.
Is it off?
Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit better. Not perfect, but the fun ones.
Yeah,
the fun one that
finally.
we've been really following lately.
Yeah.
So a lot of us know that Sonic.
Do you know the way?
The Sonic trailer came out, and the Sonic trailer was not great. It didn't look good.
No, my gripe is because of the song they used of the trailer.
Oh yeah, using
it's Gangster Paradise from LL Cool. Is it LL Cool? I was saying LL
Coolio.
Coolio. I don't know what's it. LL Cool J.
I don't know. They both have cool in their names.
Yeah. So is that song? Yeah. It doesn't fit with the trailer.
Right.
It's a huge disrespect to their artist who made that song. It doesn't make sense with what's going on with the movie.
I wouldn't really put it as like disrespecting the song, although some people, they could feel that way.
Yeah.
It is a very odd choice.
It's odd. To be honest, they're trying to do as like MK11 when they first released the trailer for it.
But the MK11 trailer was pretty well received, I think.
Have you heard the song?
The 21 Savage song?
Yeah, it doesn't fit with it.
When I watched the trailer, I didn't think it fit, but I did see a lot of people that were like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." So I don't know. The Sonic trailer is more widely.
It's disliked. I hate it.
In terms of the song choice, because generally you would expect, they're probably going to do like a remixed version of an original Sonic song, maybe like Green Hill Zone,
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. But no, they decided to go with Gangster's Paradise. And then a lot of people that were critiquing the trailer got hit with a bunch of copyright strikes for playing the trailer. And some people that even muted the song still got copyright strikes because it seemed like they were kind of, muting criticism of the stuff. But I mean, I can't say for sure. Not 100%, but it's just kind of curious that some people had the song entirely muted and were just doing commentary on the trailer itself and still got hit with copyright.
And it's like, I wasn't expecting Sonic to look the way he looked in trailer.
Right.
I was expecting a dude like, how Sonic looked from the games. Mm-hmm. A dude with a big head, with giant eyes, with a small nose and skinny ass legs.
So the biggest criticism over the trailer was Sonic's design. He looks
He looks like a fucking 5-year-old running really fast. I'm sorry, but he doesn't look
pretty atrocious. But they are working on it,
which I'm happy about.
Yeah. So
I want to still see how bad it is, but I'm happy they're changing the character.
Yeah. So Jeff Fowler did go to Twitter and he did say, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. # Sonic movie. # gotta fix fast."
Peace. But as a joke, what do they do it? And it's like a joke trailer. So they changed the way he looks, but it's even more worse than it was before.
They just make it completely worse.
Like Knuckles, has short, stubby, and do you know the way? Just running.
Oh my god,
it's
running around. So there's been some conspiracies, right? Some people have been posting conspiracy theories saying that this initial trailer was just a
really April Fool's joke.
No, a publicity stunt. So they know how shitty it looks, and they made it shitty on purpose, and then announced later. They made it shitty on purpose to get a lot of publicity because a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, Sonic looks horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so bad," and then everybody's cries makes it go super viral.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna fix it," but they already had this planned out according to these conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So
we'll never know.
Go to see the movie.
We'll never know.
I mean. It kind of makes sense.
It makes sense, but with Jim Carrey as I want to say Dr. Robotnik, is right?
Yes.
As the main villain, do you think is a good fit for him? I would have said someone else that's another choice than Jim Carrey.
I mean, a lot of people are pretty excited for Jim Carrey as Robotnik.
Well, he's making a comeback because Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey because he made Dumb and Dumber. Fucking wasn't he part of fucking The super badass. Super bad.
I don't remember.
Not super bad, but it's like a knockoff version of the superheroes.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But yeah, like you said, Jim Carrey has been making a comeback.
And it's
as far as
basically Jim Carrey is gonna carry the movie.
Right.
Because
Jim Carrey
is Jim Carrey. Like no one's gonna fuck with Jim Carrey.
But as far as how he looks, he doesn't really fit the bill in terms of the Robotnik look. I feel like
they could have chose so many other people to play that role,
right?
You know, and it's I don't know how it's gonna play out.
Looks
per se.
Really weird.
Yeah,
he definitely looks really weird as Robotnik
because he should have a bald head.
Yeah, but as far as we know, when the movie comes out, he could be great.
Yeah,
and he's Jim Carrey, so
he's gonna make things better per se.
But yeah, some other people had some comments on the whole Sonic debacle because this did go super viral. Oh my god, my fucking mouse! Come on, little buddy, let's go. Come on, little buddy. Can I go to the podcast? There we go. So the director of Detective Pikachu had a little bit to say about the trailer because. Both of them making live action versions of cartoon characters.
Yeah.
But Detective Pikachu is actually doing it really well. So if we scroll down here, director Rob Letterman, he had a little bit to say, if I can find the part where he actually talks about it. Okay, so Letterman told The Verge, just heard about the Sonic situation 15 minutes ago, adding he didn't envy the position that Fowler and Paramount have found themselves in, deciding to alter a main character's design just a few months ahead of its scheduled release. Probably wasn't easy to do. Letterman says, although he couldn't speak to Fowler or Paramount's process into reworking Sonic's look, he did offer some insight into how impossible it would have been for his Detective Pikachu team to take on such a dramatic undertaking. There's no right or wrong to how you make one of these movies, Letterman says. It would be very difficult for us to redesign anything. We spent a year designing all the characters ahead of shooting so that we could get it all right. If we were off by an inch on Pikachu, actor Justice Smith's performance would go right out the window for us. It would have been impossible, but that doesn't mean they can't do it. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. They're in a difficult spot. And yeah, the Sonic movie team is in a really tough spot because the movie comes out in November, I think.
Yeah, it is a jiffy.
Yeah, is it November or June? I don't remember.
I don't know.
It comes out this year, and to have to rework the design throughout the entire movie is going to be a really grueling process, and I hope they don't kill themselves doing this.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard, long nights, and it's coming sometime this year.
So yeah, I'm sure they could pull it off. I'm sure they have enough time to pull it off. It's just going to be extremely rough.
Yeah, and I don't know how they're going to do it, honestly, because this character is very digital, created.
It's a lot of CGI, and it's just a lot of work animating that stuff, and to just have to change the design all over again like that.
Yeah, November 8th.
November 8th?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was right initially. It was November. So they do have a good amount of time for it.
It's going to be a long
But
day.
again, according to that conspiracy theory, this could have all been planned out and they don't actually have to rework everything.
Yeah,
they only made him look shitty for this trailer.
Yeah.
So,
and it says also a 9DB, the rating for it, it's a 4.4 out of 10 for the trailer.
Oof.
Yeah. That says a lot.
Yeah. Oof. Well, anyway, so that's all the stories we have today.
Holy shit. So the budget for Sonic the Hedgehog is 90 million USD.
Oh, wow.
Million.
90 million?
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
That is, but by film standards, I don't think 90 million is actually that much. I think usually you see it in like budgets in like the
billions. Yeah, but like that's if they break even.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, actually 90 million budget is actually pretty high.
It's pretty high, but so like that's even the break even.
Yeah.
So like that's a lot of money to take account of.
Right.
That's like that could have saved a lot of people with water in Africa, dude. With $90 million?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Ooh, wow. Well, I hope the Sonic movie is good.
I'll watch it just to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's going to be bad in a sense that they're creating a character from a game that should stay in the game.
Yeah, usually these movies for video games and stuff, they don't generally turn out great.
It's like, what if a person makes a Super Mario Brothers movie?
They did. There was that live action Mario Brothers movie.
Nowadays, I'm saying nowadays. No, we don't talk about the previous one, but we'll talk about like if they make a new Super Mario's, a remake of the Super Mario Brothers. How would you think it would do?
I think Mario is a big enough IP that they would want to do it right.
It could be, yeah.
I'm pretty sure if they made a new Mario movie,
I would be scared of Bowser, how he would look. You know, because he's a big turtle dude with spikes on his back.
Well, you saw how they did Bowser in the previous Mario movie. It was like a dude in a suit.
Yeah, just dude in a suit. But I'm just saying, like, with now the CGI, with all like the updated technology that's happening, I wonder how is he gonna look. If they're gonna do this atrocious fucking thing like they did with Sonic, or are they gonna go with the route with Pikachu?
Right.
You know, like how they took their time and actually get this shit right. So,
like I said, I'm pretty sure with an IP like Mario, as big as it is,
or
they
Kirby,
would try to do it right.
Imagine Kirby.
Now, Kirby, I think, might not be as... I wouldn't be in the same situation as Mario, because yes, Kirby is a pretty big IP, but I don't believe it is of that level where they would guarantee to make sure that it's great. It would probably end up in like the Sonic sort of situation.
A pink goop with boots running around with black eyes.
Right.
Is able to suck up shit with...
Yep. It would be very weird. It would be very difficult to pull off for
It'd be like a piece of gum with shoes on it, and you're good. Call it a good.
Definitely.
So...
Well, anyway, this has been the Heycast. Thank you guys for listening. If you like our stuff, make sure to... Oh, man, I haven't done this in so long for the Heycast.
Make sure to...
Yeah. If you have any topics or questions for us to talk about, you can send them on over to heywereplayin@gmail.com. That's HeyWereplayin@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, whatever your favorite podcasting service is, and subscribe to us on YouTube as well to kind of support us.
Please.
And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
On the flip side.